When I was running the tests in the Jenkins server, I was getting this error when I was trying to clone the Git repository on the github.com. Error said no ed25519 host key is known for github.com and you have requested strict checking. Add git server fingerprint in known hosts file. Let us try to understand what it means. So basically, we have got this Git client, right? And then there is Git server. For example, github.com. It can be anything like Bitbucket. If you're using SSH, what happens is that the very first request that you're going to send to the Git server, at that time, what happens is that when the connection is being made, the client checks that the fingerprint of this particular server is in the known hosts file. Okay, there is this special file, known hosts file, and in that file, the fingerprint of this particular server should be there. So basically, that just tells that this particular server is trusted. But when you are making the connection for the first time, known hosts file is empty, obviously, because this particular known hosts file will get modified only when you make the first connection. At that point of time, it asks you whether you want to trust this particular github.com or not. And then if you say yes, the fingerprint is added into the known hosts file. But in Junkin, what happens is that it is running in the cloud, so there is no human to accept that or say yes. And that's why this error comes. So how you can fix it? So all you have to do is that modify this known hosts file with the fingerprint of github.com or whatever server you are using for the Git operations. I was using this Jenkins in Windows as a service, and that particular known hosts file was in this .ssh directory in the system profiles. So system profile is basically kind of a user that service uses to run the Jenkins, and there is this .ssh file. So sometimes this particular known hosts file is not available at all. You will have to create that and then add this particular fingerprint in it. Okay, so this is the fingerprint of github.com. So how to modify this known hosts file? So basically you have to execute this command ssh key scan, tap the key and then the git server. It can be github.com, bitbucket, and then this particular operator which is gonna put that particular fingerprint into this known hosts file. So make sure that this path is correct. On Linux, Windows, this path will be different. So you need to ensure that you are using the right SSH path. So for example, in Windows, I was using completely different path. It was under the system profile user. And also make sure that in Linux, these permissions are set properly for that file. Once this is done on the Jenkins server, you should be able to fix that error.